And okay, we're back. The new update dropped. There's new characters, gameplay changes, everything. There's a lot of characters that have gone down, a lot of characters that have gone up. There's also the new characters that we're going to talk about. So, how do you guys want to start?
Well, I think a good thing to do is just talk about kind of the big changes that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
Resets got nerfed. A lot of combo resets got changed where they're not possible anymore. There are still a few of them in the game. There's a few universal ones that every character can do, and then there's a few that are character specific. The big one is rolling hammer. If you have a rolling hammer in your kit, you have a very easy reset. Characters that relied on like low sweep resets are a little bit worse because they don't have that kind of easy way to gain extra damage. Another big thing is that super counters got nerfed a little bit, and instant transmission became better. Instant transmission got changed where it's not how it was in the base game where you couldn't find anyone for the life of you, but it is better than it was pre-patch where you instantly locked on. So characters are going to move based off of those changes.
Yeah, and you did mention that the rolling hammer reset is kind of a universal thing. But I think there are a few characters, I can't think of them at the top of my head, but there are some who have a rolling hammer, but to do the reset you have to have a rolling hammer that you can do twice, right?
Yes.
There
is a way for characters like Orange Piccolo to still do a rolling hammer reset, but it is much more predictable and is nowhere near as good as that double rolling hammer reset.
Yeah.
Basically just backtrack and dash and then come back, use the charge key blast, and sort of attacking from there.
That is the universal one.
Yeah. So
they're still in the game.
So just disclaimer, the tier list that we have in front of, like we have on the screen right now, is slightly different to the one that we have from the original video that we did. All the characters are in the same tiers, but the placements are a little bit different, and that's because we just have to do it all over again, and going through it was a pain. But if you want to actually look at the tier list, and find where the character is exactly, where it might be above over certain characters and whatnot, I would recommend going back to the other videos. I'll put a link down below, so just go ahead and watch that. But for now,
we're not going to talk about every character the way we did last time.
Yes.
We're only going to really talk about characters that moved in a significant way. Some characters in mid-tier kind of shift around where they might be slightly better, slightly worse, but we're more talking about characters that have shifted significantly. So if a low-tier character moved up to mid-tier, or from mid-tier moved up to high-tier, etc., etc.
Right.
So if you want to hear specific changes or specific reasons on why we have a character on the list that we didn't talk about, reference our previous video. We go through every single character.
Yeah, it's a long video. If you want to have it, if you want to watch it on a plane flight, you could. It's like 5 hours.
Updating all the new changes, all the new buffs, and making sure that we get all the new characters where we think they should.
Yes. So,
all right.
Let's start. Do you guys want to start with the new characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what everyone's interested in. I think we should just rip the Band-Aid off and go right to Gohan. That's what everyone's here for.
You're right. So let's start with the base, and I think we were in agreement that we're gonna put base Gohan up in broken tier, and next to him, we're gonna put the big boy himself.
I think an explanation is due. Silence, I don't know if you want to take lead on that.
Yeah, so with base Gohan, he has 4 DP, and with Beast Gohan, he is 9 DP. And regardless of how good this character is or isn't, he is always going to be the highest DP jump in the game. He's the best value for any 4 DP that you can get because he turns into a 9 DP character. Now, I think Beast Gohan is a little overhyped when it comes to just what he can do, but he's definitely not a bad character. He's a very strong, very good high DP character. If anybody else wants to touch on that, Ken?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what's better, Ultra Instinct Goku or Beast Gohan, and I think that at the end of the day, UI Goku just has more unique things like the air punch and just he's a crazy character. The dodge and everything is insane. But the one thing that Beast Gohan does have over UI Goku, which has in certain scenarios made it so I can kill a UI Goku, is that he has probably one of the craziest charges in the game. He charges so quick, especially once you're already at full key and you're going into sparking. He gets there so quick. And in the current meta, where it's all about a race to sparking, you could find that you are killing Gokus more often than they're killing you. But if he had like a zoning kit, like kind of like UI did, I think he would be right around the same thing as UI Goku, if not better.
Or if he had just like if he had like a triple ball, key blast, or anything. One thing to keep in mind is zoning did get nerfed a little bit with the revenge counter buff, but it's still meta. If someone wants to zone you out, if someone wants to run away, they can do it, and it'll be a pain for you to get in. MUI Goku still does that basically better than anyone else. Beast Gohan just doesn't have a kit that can beat zoning in the same way that MUI's does.
Yeah.
But you can build a stronger team with Superhero Gohan.
Yeah, there's a lot more flexibility in your teams, because with UI Goku, it's always the same team. You're always going to see UI Goku, Yajirobe, Roshi, and another 2DP like Spopo and Hercule. It's always going to be the same team. But with Beast Gohan, you could pair him up with other crazy characters like a Broly, or like a Trunks, an 18, which is what I use.
Yeah.
And
crazy. There's a lot of crazy things you can do with team building with Superhero Gohan that you can't do with MUI Goku. So Beast Gohan is strong. He's a very good character. If you take him in isolation, he's not punching up here with Broly, Whis, and MUI Goku. He's not. But it's the combination of the cost and the ease of access, because you only need 4 DP to get up to him. 2 for Ultimate and then 2 for Beast.
It's insane. I know some people say that like, oh, it's hard to get to Beast with to Beast from base Gohan, but it's really not.
No.
If you're playing like a little bit passive at the start, play it smart, don't lose too much health, switch when you have to, you can get to Beast relatively quickly. It's not hard at all.
And it's not like his lower forms are weak by any means.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Pretty okay. Beast Gohan or Base Gohan's pretty okay. You could definitely play these characters and feel pretty good about it. Like Base Gohan in his base, he has all the adult Gohan stuff. He has like the full power charge. He has a Maseko, not as good. He's a good character.
Yeah, he's a very, none of the forms are bad, which is what makes him so strong. Is he has an easy way to achieve a very powerful character, and he's cheap, and there's no down point in this character's kit.
He's great. He's great. He's got the same rush chains as adult Gohan as well, which are great. Which he has Flying Kicks 1, and I think people are finally starting to wake up and realize that Flying Kicks 1 is like the most broken thing in the game when it comes to rush chains.
Step in Flying Kicks got a massive buff. Step in Gut Punch and Step in Rolling are worse now because you can't do resets. Either you can't do resets on them, or it's much harder and a lot trickier to do resets on them. And Flying Kicks, Step in Flying Kicks, which Gohan has, stops After Image and Wild Sense. It stops them.
Yeah, no, it's great. And Beast Gohan, once you're at Beast, he has really good flying kicks, because there are different types of flying kicks from characters that I've played. I would say before, the best one would be the ones that SSJ Mid Goku had, which kind of just like does like a front flip. Those are really fast, really
kicks,
strong.
Right?
No, they're different. He literally does like a front flip.
2 separate ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he does like a front flip. I was about to say Gogeta flying kicks are the worst in my opinion, because he does a lot of kicks and they're slow, that they're easy to super counter.
Yeah.
Kind of like Broly, like base Broly Z. His flying kicks are super slow, and I feel like it's the same thing with the Gogetas. Beast Gohan has, it's kind of like, I would say, just as good, if not slightly worse, than the Mid Goku flying kicks, but his are super quick and they're hard to react to, so it's hard to super counter.
Yeah, I think we can go on to his other forms.
Yeah. Okay, Ultimate.
The Super Saiyan version.
Super Saiyan.
It's on the, yeah. Super Saiyan 1 is good. It's basically just a better base, but you don't ever really want to transform into him.
No.
If you transform into him, he's still a good character, but if you're just trying to win, there's no reason to go into him when you can just save 1 extra skill stock and go into Ultimate, which then gives you the option to go into Beast.
it's a waste of time. Doesn't really do anything for your game plan. Like, there's not really anything that he has over the other forms that's like so OP that it's like, okay, if I transform into him, I have like a niche for him. He's good. He's better than base, but he's not something that you would go base, Super Saiyan, Ultimate Gohan.
I think
There's basically
it's
just
fair.
no reason to use them.
Yeah, I think it's
I mean,
fair to
he's
set him
good.
next to. I remember we put SSJ Super Saiyan Gogeta in mid tier for the same exact reason, to where you're never going to use this tier. It's not bad,
Yeah.
but you're never going to use it because you're trying to get the blue. Same thing here with Ultimate Gohan and Beast Gohan. So I think mid tier is good. Ultimate Gohan is very good.
Ultimate Gohan's crazy. He's 8 DP. For 2, you can go from a 4 DP to an 8 DP character with 2 stocks. It's absurd. The damage jump you have is insane.
Great rush
And-
chains.
Yeah, he has good rush chains. His skills are okay. They're obviously not great. He has Wild Sense and a buff, but the game plan isn't really to stay in Ultimate Gohan.
Yep.
The game plan is to most of the time to stock up 4 stocks on base Gohan, transform into Ultimate, and then 30 seconds later you're into Beast.
It's insane. Where do you think he belongs? Top tier, high tier?
I think he's in top. I
think so,
For
too.
4 DP, you get an ADP character.
Yep, I think so too. And a great one of that.
Yeah, it's crazy the stuff that, and his teleport super, it's not fantastic because it is a multi-shot, but it can catch people in animations. It does have utility.
Yeah, it's good.
I
I was trying to
agree with that.
experiment a little bit by like getting them in like a gut punch or something and then using it. It's probably easy to advantage, but I was experimenting with it a little bit.
You can do it in knockback chains. Like if you ping pong someone, you can
Yeah.
you can catch them in that.
Yeah, it's
It's-
all about
it's
if you
good.
banish it or not. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's not bad.
And the big thing about him is his key doesn't matter because when you go into Beast, you get full key.
Yeah, every time I'm
So if you miss, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's no punishment.
I always try to waste my key with him when I see I have 2 stocks. I'm gonna shoot Key Blast. I'm gonna use supers.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get rid of this key because I'm about to get it back. I always do that.
Yep. Yep. Ultimate Gohan's fantastic.
Piccolos. The Piccolos.
I
I
think
don't-
people probably underrate him.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I haven't used him too much. I think you two have probably a lot more to say
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah.
Silas and I used him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been on Gohan heavy, so I don't know much about Piccolo.
You can take point on this if you want, Silas.
So I think that Piccolo is a pretty good, like, Giants Transformer type character. I like his base forms a lot. I like Ultimate Piccolo a lot as well. He does get key when you transform into Orange Piccolo and Giant.
And he gets
Um,
health from
and he
Orange
gets
to
health.
Giant.
Yes. The big thing that you do want to do with Piccolo that he has is when you are in Orange Piccolo, when you transform into Giant, you gain 5k health, but Giant can de-transform back into regular Orange Piccolo, and from there, you can transform back into Orange Giant Piccolo, and that gives you back another 5k health. So you get, like, infinite healing. It does cost stock. You can't just, like, do, like, a weird glitch type of thing with it, but it's good.
Yeah.
He also has like a super strong gut punch, where you can go into gut punch into his little giant punch, and that's pretty strong. Does quite a bit of damage.
It's like 13k damage for free.
Oh wow.
It's very hard to get out of.
Pretty strong character. I like his like base form and like the unawakened Piccolo too, or do you want to call it Ultimate Piccolo?
Yeah,
I
the
think,
only issue with him is honestly the fact that you have to transform you have to do 1 stage transformations.
Yes, and you get nothing for going into Ultimate Piccolo. Like, there's no key, no health. It's just like a dead transformation, which kind of sucks, but
If he gained key, this character would be busted.
yes.
He does
he's
gain
good
key
as
in
well.
Orange and Giant, but having that one form of downtime kind of ruins a lot of gameplay flow in terms of, like with Baby, I think he's most comparable to Baby.
Yes.
Baby is a character that you can play however you want and rewards whatever playstyle you give him because he has so much flexibility because he gains key on every transformation. Xilenced does a bit more zoning than I do. He's slightly more passive. I'm a very aggressive player, and Baby fits both of our playstyles.
Yep.
Piccolo doesn't give you that flexibility because of that one form that has downtime.
Yes.
I've seen people start an ultimate. Is that a viable strategy?
For 6 DP though,
Yeah,
that's Kepler.
That's
you
true.
can do it, but it is Kefla. That's what I would agree with as well. It's like, if you pick that, that means you're building your team around Orange Piccolo. If you pick 5 cost, then you have the flexibility to pick him like a Broly
Yeah.
or Beast or anything
Like-
like that.
He's most comparable to Baby, and is that extra DP cost better than what you get for just picking Baby at 5? I would say no.
I would agree with that. So like the only advantage that he has over Baby is he has like the small little healing thing, but I don't think that that's that OP. Like, it locks you into that character for a while just to get like 5% or 5k health, and that's kind of like switch timer healing anyway.
His key blasts are his ball key blasts are closer together and they're a bit faster. So I think he's slightly better at zoning, but it's not like that big of a difference.
Yeah, he's better at zoning, but also doesn't get the key, so it's
So you can't utilize that skill as much.
Yeah.
yeah.
So where do you think how do you think we should rank them?
He's good though.
He's probably still like high tier. I think he's a very good character.
Yep.
I think people can build teams around him. I think he's very good. Yeah, I think putting him like sure bottom of high tier, I think is perfectly fine with me.
I think Orange, in my opinion, is higher than most of the Giants.
I would agree. I think Orange Piccolo for the Giants is probably. Man, I think he's probably one of the better Giants. I would put him.
He's over
I put him
Scouter.
above Slug for sure.
Yeah. You can keep him below Herudegarn because this is like own standalone thing, but
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair for him. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. They're very good
Underrated.
and they have very niche things to them. It's just for DP, they're so expensive.
They're so expensive, but so one of the things we mentioned the first tier list was characters. There's a weird thing that they do in this game where 7 DP is kind of that point where there's a lot of weird standalone characters like Ultimate Gohan, Majin Vegeta. There's a handful of characters like that are just like standalone characters. And Majin Vegeta is probably the best of those because he has a specific niche where he starts at full key, meaning he can bully lower cost characters or characters that need setup. So if you start Majin Vegeta and they have a Broly or a Gohan, you can bully them. While the Gammas don't start with full key, they're androids. And they have the best key blast in the entire game.
yes.
I think that they're by definition higher than Majin Vegeta. I think they have a really strong niche. I feel like we could put them in high tier, honestly, because I feel like they basically do what Android 17 does, which is better.
I think so too. They're strong.
They have so much tech to them. A lot of people online, if you just consume content on YouTube and Reddit, you probably aren't aware a lot of the Gamma techs. Gamma 2 is definitely better than Gamma 1. There's a lot of tech that the Gammas have. And I think a strong, aggressive player will be able to utilize these Gammas in a way that can really, really break teams.
It would really piss you off if you get caught in one of the loops that they can get you in. It's very funny.
Yes, they have a lot of loops. These two characters specifically have some very, very weird and specific loops to them that are guaranteed 20k damage.
Yeah, I was playing against like Mentor in singles, and he did I think he 3-0'd me with Gamma 2, and I just couldn't do anything because he just kept resetting and kept doing these loops on me, and it was absurd. Good character.
And they're one of the only characters that still have like key blast loops that do a lot of damage, which is another thing for MUI Goku. MUI Goku has key blast loops, which are guaranteed damage and do like 16 to 20k damage.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're crazy. If they were like a 6 cost or like a 5 cost,
They'd be broken.
They would be broken.
They need to be 7. If they were 6 and you could have a Gamma 2 and build like you could have Gamma 2, Super Gohan, 2 DPs and Herc, that would be the meta team. It'd be insane.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think you definitely could build teams around like just one of them. Like right on top of my head, I'm thinking maybe running a like I wouldn't do it, but like I'm just saying if you want to run a 4-man, what you could do is run like Gamma 2, superhero Gohan that's 11 and then a 2 and 2, like Roshi and Yajirobe and have a 4-man. That's a viable team.
Yeah.
And
it's a bit risky.
It's a bit risky, but it's viable. If you're able to do, if you can do Gamma 2 things on people and do that damage, it will pay off.
I think Gamma 2 is always going to be in the risky category because no matter what, building a team around a 3 health bar character that doesn't have any healing or anything like that
this is true.
Always super risky.
But they do have the two bar Android barrier, and they just have so much tech. I feel like they're just better than anyone in mid tier.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you can put them in mid tier just because like if you're playing versus a Gamma 2, they're still gonna be like a bomb, right? Like it's gonna be really hard to whittle them down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a raid boss. It's super scary to fight them.
I agree. Selmax, silenced. Go off.
Okay, so in DP, he's a 9-cost giant. This makes it so that you can only play 4-man teams with him. So you have to build an entire team around Selac. In DP, this already makes him not that viable. However, I think he's much better than the other unviable giant, which is Any Lava, because he, in the middle, when you're going to like your little Vantage Wars or whatever, he, for some reason, can super counter at any point in the Vantage War. Like, at any point. Like, when you're getting hit with a Z counter, and you Z counter them back, and then they Z counter you, you can just super counter that Z counter out of nowhere. It's completely absurd.
And he's not talking about, like, the normal super counter, where they're about to hit you, and you times... Yep. No, he means at any point.
Yes. Exactly.
So you can just do the super counter.
And he has like a really crazy super. It's like a gut punch that like punches you, and it's unblockable. Plus crazy damage. It's kind of like the Orange Piccolo one.
It's better Orange Piccolo.
He's like the highest statted giant in the game. Really strong. If you play him, you're not gonna feel bad about playing him at all. But once again, 4-man teams build an entire team around a giant. Risky play.
His ultimate is super slow, isn't it?
Yes, you can't use his ultimate.
It's like the slowest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it takes forever as well. My God.
Yes.
Yeah, but his punch super is just really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably just use the punch super instead of the ult.
Yeah.
But, yeah, those are the new characters. There are some changes in the tier list that we're gonna go over for just base characters. We might not go over every single character because some characters have gone up like a little bit. Like Jace is probably a little bit better now, but he's still like mid tier because Raccoon is still by far the best 3DP character.
Yeah, we're just gonna be talking about notable ones that maybe went up a tier. That kind of stuff.
I think the big one is Goldo, who is dog now.
Yes.
Goldo is for those who don't know, with the chain, with the combo meter change that they made, paralysis loops just aren't in the game anymore. They're not possible. Before they were possible in Sparking. Goldo was pretty much like the only person who could really do it. There were a few others that had it, but since he was 2 DP, he was the best person. Now he doesn't have a niche. Now he's just bad.
Yeah, and he had instant spark, so you could actually like do it.
But I think you could still put him in like low tier because he has an unblockable.
He's still a spark. He's still like a character, but
he's still a character.
He's definitely not like.
He's one of the characters. He's one of the characters in the game.
He's a character of all time.
Yeah.
They did buff Daima Goku.
Did he? What happened with him? I didn't know about that.
They buffed his super. His super had like some weird lag on the end of it. They did change that. I don't think he's good at.
All right, we're gonna put him one spot above. There we go.
I think he's still trash. He's just not good. I do want to talk about Android 18.
Yes, sir.
Android 18.
Where's she at? Where's the goat? Where is the goat?
She was right under 13. So, the reason why we had Android 18 below 13 was because she had significantly worse stats than Android 13. They were relatively worse. Not significantly, but they were a good bit worse. But, with the changes, Android 13 relied a lot on those easy resets.
Mhm.
Those aren't really in the game anymore. And also, Wild Sense got nerfed.
That's his
So-
whole thing. Gotcha now.
Yeah, he was a Wild Sense merchant, and he did easy resets, and he had a really strong start. He doesn't have those options anymore. He's still fantastic. He's a 5 DP android who can turn into a 7 DP character whenever he wants. But one thing I will say is that a lot of lower DP characters, there are more options now, specifically Gohan. Pairing 18 in Gohan,
it's so
both
good.
Shromer and I do that.
So good.
We
It's so
like
good. It's so
Shromer and I will literally just kill each other's Gohan with 18,
good. Yeah.
just back and forth. Android 18 is nuts. She is crazy. She has the rolling hammer resets. She has fantastic stats.
Step
she
and
can go
flying
into
kicks.
Sparking. She has step and flying kicks, which we spoke about earlier, is nuts.
Mhm.
I think she should at least be. I don't know if she's broken. I honestly almost feel like I want to put her in broken.
I want
think
to
she
as
should
well.
At least be in top tier.
I really want to put her at broken just because Android stocks are so high right now, and she has everything you want in Android. She's got crazy key, really good rush chains, stepping,
She
flying
has ult
kicks,
confirms with her
ult
destructo disc.
confirms, everything. She's an Android, good knockback chain. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it.
That's- what do you think about 18?
It's an Android with Instaspark. I don't know. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
An Android is crazy right now.
Exactly.
Androids, basically every Android is viable. There's the worst Android in the game is probably base Android 17, but oh man, you could run any Android. They're all good, all of them.
Yep.
She's insane. And
I
like,
think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, this just goes back to what I was talking about earlier, that reason why I think Beast Gohan competes with an MUI, because if you're running MUI, you're not going to be able to play 18 with him. But Beast Gohan, you can. And that combination is insane. The things you could do with him, like, if you're
Yeah.
smart with how you swap in and out, you essentially always have key advantage, no matter what. If you can play your key right, and having constant key advantage is that's gonna put you at a position where you can win. Like even against really high tier players, and with these two, it's super easy to do. That's why that
And
combination
another
is so
thing
strong.
is it gives you a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
Shromer and I have vastly different playstyles. We both run an Android 18 Gohan superhero team, and Shromer plays a more defensive game and focuses more on resources. For me, I'm just a hyper aggressive player, and we both find very high success with both these characters.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's that insta spark. If you play your resources right, you can almost always be at a sparking position, because you could have the four, like, you go spark with Gohan, use it all, bring 18 on, go spark, bring Gohan back in, go spark because he charges so quick. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yep.
Another
I
thing.
think,
Sorry, go ahead.
I think like the big thing with Android 18 too is she's like super strong to a lot of these like low DP starters that you're seeing. She's good into the Broly, she's good into like the Trunkses, she's good into like the superhero Gohans. Like, she's very good into any of those starters, and I think that she's just, her stocks are up for sure. She's one of the better ones. It's like between her and Metal Cooler, and she costs 5, Metal Cooler costs 7. So.
Yeah, I'm glad that you pointed that out, because I've been trying. I thought about it, like, especially after I played the drink here, where he was starting with 18. I usually start with Gohan, and he started with 18, and he just deleted my Gohan.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's why I play her, is just because it allows me the avenue to play as aggressively as I can.
Yeah.
Yep.
After that game, I'm like, I might have to do that. But which it's funny though, because at that point I think he swapped into Gohan and I brought 18 and I did the same thing. So it's just so funny how that works. With the 18 is just insane. She just deletes
18
characters.
counters a lot of the best characters.
Yeah.
She really does.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a team comp that, like, it's just gonna put you in a crazy position. 18 is insane.
There were a lot of people talking about Metal Cooler.
Oh, I
Where
think
do we-
I used Metal Cooler a lot. When after we did the tier list, I was experimenting with him a little bit, and I was having great success until So I was playing player matches. I was running gauntlets. I was doing really good, and then I played Elwa, and Elwa just did the strongest thing that you could do against Metal Cooler, and that's run away. And I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do?
At Elwa.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do when he's running away and I can't get key? And
But instant transmission stocks are up.
This is true.
Really
This is
right
true. But like you're also trying to save stock so you can do the thing with Cooler, which is regenerate. But if you're just run away from Metal Cooler, you're shutting him down. He's a 7 cost, and he doesn't have a spark like 18 does. 18 doesn't struggle like he does with that because if your opponent is running away, you're just building stock to go into spark, so it doesn't really matter. With Cooler,
that's what it said. Metal Cooler has shotgun key blast as well, so he's got like better reset stuff as well. Than,
yeah.
Red 18.
But apart from that, like you can really shut him down simply by not engaging.
Yeah.
Which is a reason why I don't think he goes like too high anymore. Like he's good.
I'm fine with keeping him where he's at.
I think so too. Like he's still very good, but like if you run away against the Metal Cooler, you're shutting him down.
What do you guys think about new Blue Gogeta?
Yeah, Blue Gogeta stocks are up.
Yep. He's,
I personally feel like Gogeta. I think Gogeta's the better of the fusion. I think base Gogeta and Blue Gogeta could have an argument to being broken.
Blue Gogeta has a I don't know if it's like it's been a thing before, but like yesterday when I was playing Core, when you know what he does his like standing key blasting where you choose the thing super quick like an AR.
Yeah, the machine gun.
Yeah, the machine gun. Apparently, like I said, I don't know if it's been in the game before or if it's new, but you can confirm that into a super.
Yes, you can.
It's insane, crazy damage.
Another one thing people might not know. So instant transmission. This was in the game prior, but there were very strong resets that you could use for them. Blue Gogeta, instant transmission. Also, his Stardust barrier got buffed, so the recovery frames are lower on that.
Mm-hmm.
And
so much better.
there's been a 50-50 that has been found off of instant transmission, where you can put people in a 50-50 scenario where you can use, if you instant transmission during a knockback chain and you let them fly past you, if they recover and you predict that, you can use a super.
Interesting.
Blue Gogeta's Rush Super does like 14k damage.
Yeah, it's very strong. Do you think he goes broken though?
I personally think base Gogeta and Blue Gogeta are broken.
I agree.
Because I genuinely think that base Gogeta is just such a powerful start, and going to blue is so easy and gives you such a big benefit. I think they're busted.
Base Gogeta and broken.
I think base Gogeta as a start is super strong.
Yeah, he's got like wild sense to start. Like there's times when like
and shotgun key blast.
It is very strong, but like, who do you think has a better like? If you were to choose as a starter, base Gogeta or 18?
I would choose 18. Yeah.
Me too. And she is cheaper.
I'm okay with leaving him top tier, but I think
I think I put him like there. That's a fair spot for him.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm good with it.
Base Vegeta and Blue Gogeta, they're still really good. But I think they just don't have as much unique. They don't have as unique of a spot in the meta.
I think Super Vegito does go down a little bit because he was kind of an after-image LuPe merchant, but they nerfed it a little bit, so he does go down.
Yeah.
Same thing with you. You're not very good. Blue Vegito's still good. I'll leave him there. That's fine. Yeah, not much to say about him. Kale still brainless, still very good. Stupid.
Honestly, I would put. I'm willing to put. So I think for one, S4 Gogeta should be. I would put him in like high tier. I'd put him next to Beerus.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
I put him above Beerus, but yeah, I think high tier is fine because he's just.
His niche, I feel like is not as special now.
Mm-hmm.
Of just like pure bursting people. I think with recent changes and the super counter changes and aggression being slightly more rewarded right now, S4 Gogeta isn't as unique.
Mm-hmm.
As it
The
was
problem
before.
is like, so super counters got changed, and so you would think like characters like as this Gogeta would go up, but people have adapted to the super counter change. The people that were already super countering really well beforehand, they don't struggle with this patch at all. It's fine. So he just doesn't really do anything else anymore, and I agree. Like 10 cost means you have to build a team around him, and I think he's definitely strong, but like he's not on the same level as the other fusions. The other fusions just bring way more.
Yeah, and you can't even have a 5-man.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree. I kind of want to put Kepler up higher, just because the value for her is so good. I think she's
so?
better than Vegito.
Oh, I think she's better than Vegeta. I'll
Oh
agree on
yeah,
that. I'll
that's
agree on
fine.
that.
I thought you meant like I'm broken.
But
too.
not.
No,
I don't think
I don't
she
think
goes
she's
too
broken.
high. I still think
she's
I think theirs
definitely a
fine.
top tier character.
I think
she's
Berserker
fine with
Kale
me.
was better. Berserker Kale's insane, stupid. You don't have to think. You just have to press a button and win.
Yeah, Berserker Kale's got a win button for sure.
Yeah.
I
You see anybody?
I personally am debating about putting Baby in top tier, but just looking at the characters on here, I don't think he's as strong.
No, he's got his whole thing is the full power on transformations, which is the reason why he's already at high tier, and it hasn't changed since before. He still has it. Nothing's changed on him. He's still very good. I think top high tier is probably perfect for him because he's not broken. He's not like crazy, but he's good.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like Super Janemba can go up though. Super Janemba is actually like with the instant transmission changes, he feels pretty nice now.
Yeah, slightly, but he still has like apart from that, like the Mystic Breath is meh.
Yeah, Mystic Breath isn't good.
I think
feel
maybe
like they should
slightly,
do
maybe I'll
with-
put him like here, maybe, but nothing too crazy.
Sure, that's fine with me.
One that I wanted to talk about right now, quick, is Adult Gohan. Stocks have gone down because why would you choose him when you have Beast?
I think he's still really good
Oh, he's still good.
because
Yeah.
his Masenko is the second best super in the entire game, other than like Gamma Burst Flash, which is basically just better Masenko.
Mm-hmm.
So he still has a niche. He's still really good, but I do think he goes down because his value isn't as strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree completely. It's just why would you choose him when you have Beast? You know, whatever. It's crazy. Who else? Trunks. The Trunkses, do you think have lost anything? Do you think they're still broken? Do you think?
Still broken.
Yeah, I think so too.
What were we saying,
good.
Silence?
A lot of people are going to talk about how like Beast Gohan being so like prevalent in the meta makes Giants a lot worse. I think that's a little not as crazy as people think, because if you get down the vanish timing for Beast Gohan's DP Super, it's really not that hard to play around them as a Giant.
It really isn't.
They still fill the roles that they do in the meta. They're still really good at zoning. They're still really good at ping-ponging around. Their revenge counters are really, really strong and do a lot of damage. I don't know. That's still good characters. I think this is good though. Like
I want to add something here real quick. I'd be remiss if I didn't do it. About talking about Herudegarn.
Yeah, Herudegarn stocks are up.
Schizopyro. I want to talk about Schizopyro. Have you guys played Schizopyro?
He won't play me. So
So
I haven't played him in a while.
I play him all the time. Schizopyro has mastered the art of Herudegarn. And when you're playing against his Herudegarn, you feel like you can't do anything no matter who you're playing. I've tried MUI, I've tried Beast Gohan, I've tried Broly's, I've tried everything. And he's just so... The things you can do with this character is insane. His reach is insane. His zoning is kind of good because, I don't know, it has,
All
all giants have that. He has defensive tools, he's got After Image, he's got...
After Image on a Giant is
it's insane. When you're vanishing him, he does like a big puff cloud, which just messes everything up, so it's just hard to vanish him because you just can't see him. The timing on Giants is weird, and especially on Herudegarn. He has a Masenko, which is like just why. I honest to God, I want to put Herudegarn up here, just because of what I've seen.
I'm willing to put him at like below Baby. I'm willing to put him like really high in really high in high tier, but I don't know if I want to put him in top tier yet.
He's definitely not top tier. Like,
I've
no.
seen, from what I've seen, I'm telling you, I've played it. I've had top players have played it. I've played it. L was played it. Al was played it. We've had like we have core played.
I've heard very mixed reactions about Herudegarn from like the top players that I've talked to who played him.
Yeah, but you don't understand. Schizo Pyro only plays Herudegarn.
Yeah. But like people who have played against Schizo Pyro think that it's not that great. I don't know.
I don't know. I've played it, and it's insane. It's insane.
I don't think I'm willing to put him in top tier. I would put him above. I would put him above Super's full power Broly, so one spot below Baby. I really just don't think. I definitely don't think he's better than Kepler.
I think he's better than any of the characters in top tier. Like if you're looking at all of them, can you point to one and say that character is just better?
Vegito.
Vegito's?
Yeah.
Blue Vegito.
Honestly,
maybe not blue, but there.
I don't think he's better than Babies.
Put a Baby up against Herudegarn, who's winning?
The Babies.
I disagree. Baby's good because he has a full power in his transformation. Herudegarn is Herudegarn. He's got crazy defense, crazy damage, crazy reach. He's got all the things that giants can do. Defensive tools. His charging, he charges super quick as well. Herudegarn charges insanely quick.
If we're gonna put him at top, I'm not gonna fight too much on this. I would have to put him at bottom of top tier, like the absolute bottom.
I am vehemently against putting him in the top tier. I just want to say that I think he is
Not even close. This is an overrate, in my opinion.
I personally would put him right below Baby, so top of high tier essentially.
I agree with that. That is, if we're moving him up, that's fine. I think that him starting at 4 stocks, good.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's another thing. I don't know. Like, just from what because I've played it many of times, and it's very hard to deal with.
I guess we'll need Xilenced to fight him.
Yeah, I wish. You guys can get him to fight me. We'll get it done. But...
I think the only like super hard counter that I've seen was running away with Yajirobe. But that works against any giant. That what it is.
I don't know why Yajirobe would be a counter.
It wasn't a giant. It's just that he went top of the skybox and just ran away the whole time. That wasn't really a counter.
Really good versus giants. I don't think that like he's anything
super special compared to like most of them.
I don't know. I'm telling you, just from what I've seen and what I've played, it's crazy. He's insane.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard that
I think he's strong.
Like, a lot. I think from what I've heard, Schizo Pyro got like really nerfed the fucking giant switch in tech. Apparently, he used to do that a lot, and he doesn't do that a lot. He's a lot easier.
What's the giant switch in tech?
It's no longer a thing.
So, like, if you went into a Vanishore with a giant and you like swap in a giant, you'd do like 10k damage on the knockback chain.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've heard from other players that he's a lot easier to fight now. I don't know. I can't really speak on him because I just haven't played him. You know what I mean? Like, what can I really?
But like, I have a lot, and I've seen other players do it, and like, it's not just any players. We're talking like high tier players that have played him.
You mentioned Core, right? Core was one of the ones that told me he's that great.
No. Elwa, Goma, Al. Who else was on there?
I do value Core's opinion very highly.
Yeah.
And if we're putting someone at top tier, I feel like we need somewat of a good consensus. I don't know. I just feel a little iffy about it.
When what's his face plays me, we'll move him up. How about that?
I'm willing to entertain it, but maybe not so much right now.
I think I'll compromise there. How about that?
Nah, he's not top tier. Like, if one person is playing it, but he's playing him super well, if you put that much time into any other character that is anywhere in the top tier, he probably perform the same way, but better.
Okay, if you say so. but
Sure.
I don't really know.
I'll compromise
I don't
with
know
that.
giants too well, but like I don't really struggle against any other giant the same way that I've struggled against Herudegarn. That's about it.
Okay. I think this is a good compromise. We'll leave it at that. I think for the most part, the rest of the tier list is still relatively accurate. There's going to be some changes. Like, I think Zarbon's a little worse than Jace now, but we don't need to move it on the tier list. The things that are in mid-tier viable, they're kind of all generally ordered, where, like, if you're playing Bardock, oh, there's one more. There is one more, and that's GT Goku. We can
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Where is he at?
GT Goku stocks are up like crazy. People were probably already mad typing that. Let's put them. So we can talk about them more. Let's just put them all together first.
There you go. There.
What's the 3?
We're not gonna bother with 3. 3's ass.
That is true. There's no reason to go.
Yeah.
So, base GT Goku is actually relatively decent of a character. The only problem is he has not great defense, but he does have Flying Kicks 1, Step in Gut Punch. He has After Image Strike. He does have some tech with his Spirit Bomb. So he's a pretty decent character. Before, Super Saiyan 1 Goku was the best one in his chain.
Yes.
But they buffed the hell out of Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He is insane now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. For those who don't know, they buffed I can beat you in 5 seconds to now have the full power charge effect, where it gives you a full bar of ki. So you get full ki bars.
This was after they had already buffed I'll beat you in 5 seconds, where it gives you like 8 points on each of its like stats. So you're doing like, that is the highest buff skill in the entire game.
It's an
So
actual buff.
Part of what makes like base Gogeta and base Vegito really, really strong is if they win one neutral engagement, because they're high DP characters with shotgun ki blasts, they basically get free like 14 to 15k damage for free off of one engagement. They get one gut punch, they get one low sweep, that's free damage. And there's no super countering it, there's nothing to do about it. SS4 Goku now gets full ki, so if he gets one stun off of you, he does 20 to 30k damage. Easy. It's insane the stuff that he can do. And he already had a good hit chain before. He was already a pretty good character. But now they buffed both of his skills. Instant transmission is better now. Everything about this character is just better.
Mm-hmm. He's very good.
And the damage numbers in the game are generally a little lower because resets are a little bit harder now. They take a little bit more time. So GT Goku doesn't just get blown up the way he did.
Yeah, I think with some of the people we kind of just called SSJ4 Goku like kind of like a pseudo android, because with the 5-second buff he could just be at constant ki the whole time. He's so strong. He's so strong.
I think in a lot of situations he's better than Blue Vegeta, just because like he does more damage.
So. I think he's better than Blue Vegito.
I think so
I
too.
think he just is. He is nuts. I could see him going even higher if some players really, really develop him. There's some certain players that are playing the game right now. Goma's one of them. I think Core's been experimenting. There's a handful of players that are really developing this character. I could see him going up higher. But I think right now this is a good conservative placement. Which is crazy that top tier is a conservative placement.
Yeah, he's just like, that is the best full power skill in the game, and full power is already like a top 3 skill, if not like the best skill in the game.
I think full power is the best skill in the game.
Yeah.
And he has a significantly just better full power.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy.
You know,
like,
this
the damage on that is like G4 levels, but like even crazier sometimes. Like that skill is crazy. Ugh.
He does a lot of damage. This reminds me, just random point, because we're talking about stuff that changed. So Wild Sense got nerfed, and Beast Gohan, whenever you do activate Wild Sense, he gets a buff for a little bit, which kind of counteracts the nerf on it. I just thought it was funny. Same thing with Goku with the buff.
As for Goku, I think some people were complaining about his placement last time. If his placement last time was completely right, he was pretty mid before. Now he's busted. I don't even know why they buffed him. He was a perfectly fine character before. Not every character needs to be in top tier.
I like it.
I think that it gives to his aura. He's a cool character.
Yeah, it's very.
I
cool
love
character.
him. I wish he just had. I wish it was more of the high tension buff where you got like 2 to 3 bars of key. Because I think that's more than enough.
Full key is
It just
insane
needs
for
to,
that crazy buff.
Vegeta needs it. We need SSJ for Vegeta to be same level. Easy peasy.
But yeah, I think the rest of the tier list is pretty much the same, give or take a few spots. But I don't think anyone mid tier has shot up into high tier.
Nope.
I don't think there's been much change.
Yeah, it's everything's
yeah.
kind of about the same thing. Not many significant changes, to be honest.
You know, same thing as last time. If you have differing opinions, if you have if you have new tech, new information that you have for us, feel free to comment that down in the comments. We'll read them all. We're more than happy to learn more information.
Yeah. Also, we do want to point out. I don't know if we mentioned at the beginning, but this tier list, we are going to keep developing it as time goes on. Like I called the last tier list that we uploaded the definitive tier list, and it was definitive at the time until they released a new patch. It is not that definitive anymore, so it's gonna be changing. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that changes. Maybe once the next update drop, we'll change some more stuff. Who knows? Maybe SSJ for Goku will go back to being mid tier. We'll see.
But yeah, that's basically it from us. I don't know if anyone else has anything to add.
I think that's about it. Except I hate Yajirobe. Yeah, there you go. That's my...
Yep, fuck Yaj. See you, everyone.
Take
Bye.
care.
Later.